your assessment of that then today?
3 points. That's it really. It's won 5-0. Areas to improve on as always, but I think one of the players rightly said it, that could have been a banana skin for us playing bottom of the league. The young side, they like to do things, a bit naive at times, and that's where we took the advantage. But yeah, we'll take it as 3 points and on to the next one.
You made 2 changes from the team that beat Gould 6-1 on Tuesday. What was your reasoning behind that?
Yeah, just resting players. We get an opportunity to rest players and rotate the squad around because we've only got a small squad, so we need to make sure that we balance it right. So it was a good opportunity to rest some of the older players with JD and Ben, which we did successfully. It could have not gone to plan and we could have ended up needing them on, but we didn't. We went through it. So yeah, the game plan worked, and yeah, it's just resting players, making sure that we've got our best team possible for every game. So resting is a good opportunity.
And first half, you were 3-0 up by half time. Although obviously I spoke to you at half time and I thought you played well, but clearly you weren't quite as impressed as I would have been.
Yeah, it's as a manager you've always got to look at the bigger picture. And yes, we've won 5-0, 3-0 at half time. Just wanted a little bit more. I think we could have gone in 6-0 at half time. And we've missed some real sitters of chances, and I just feel that any other day we probably would have took them. So that's where I'm disappointed. Just final third, we could convert more and enjoy the game a little bit more. But yeah, ultimately, like I say, it's 5-0 and it's 3 points.
Do you feel like if you played a side towards the top end of the division like Gaffers or Yorkshire, you might have been punished today?
I don't know, because that team, they were the back four stays a back four, which we haven't had any at all this season. The midfield pressed on. There was loads of gaps in behind and stuff like that. So I don't think we would have. I think we'd have kept a high standard, but we might have done. You're right, it might have happened, but I don't think we would have done. I think we've stepped into it. The pitch is quite heavy today. A bit of rain just before we came out hasn't helped. So it's what it is. It's hindsight's brilliant, and you don't know if we would have or not. But I don't think we would have. I think we would have just stepped up to the occasion. But it is what it is. It's 3 points.
And Doug's after 2 goals for Doug's. He didn't look too happy to be subbed off because I think he wanted to score a hat-trick. But that's part of the benefit of having these games, isn't it? So you can rotate the squad.
Yeah, well, we did on Tuesday. I said to you, we weren't the best Tuesday, and we kept him on for his hat-trick, which is what he did. He did another 2 goals today. Could have done the same, but it's vitally important that we give more minutes to players that need the minutes this season. So like Walks needed 90 minutes today, Linney needed 90 minutes today, so we needed to keep them on. We managed to get Pipesy on for longer than what we usually do, which is great. So it's fantastic for us to see that. Yeah, goal scorers, especially when they're scoring, is going to be disappointing to come off. But you understood the bigger picture, which was a contrast to this time last season, where if we'd have done that, it would have been a different story.
And Josh Wilde again, another goal for him from left back. Influential, would you say?
Yeah, he's brilliant, mate. He's a steady 8 out of 10 every game. He provides stability on that left hand side. We know when we've got the ball on that left hand side, he'll offer offensive threat and defensive threat, and like I say, he gives us an 8 out of 10 every time. And same with Miles on the right hand side. So that's what we needed to shore up this season. I think we've done more than that and got probably the best left back in the league here.
Was you happy to keep a clean sheet as well? Obviously a lot of teams want to go a few goals that would sort of slip off the gas a little bit, but you remained confident. He kept a clean sheet as well.
Yeah, well, it's equally important. Games like this, if we'd have conceded 1, it'd have been a disappointing night. But we haven't. Hugo's made a couple of good saves. I know JJ and Jack have thrown the bodies on the line for a couple of them as well, and some last ditch defending. But yeah, it's great to have a clean sheet because it's what they've deserved over the past few weeks is a clean sheet. So yeah, that side of it's been really good.
And you've got a free half of up there on the table. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, it's a tough game, to be fair. We've seen a lot about them. Scott's been up and had a look at them, so they're a different animal to what they were this time last season. So lads have got to be back on their toes. But for me, with how we are at the moment, it's for teams to be worried about us instead of us be worried about other teams. Obviously, everyone's going to have their strengths, but we need to go with our game plan, keep to the ball, enjoy having majority of possession, and penetrate when we've got the opportunity. If that happens, we'll score goals and win the game. If we don't, then it's going to be a 50-50 duel.